biggest red flag on the planet should be for everyone is if you don't like dogs. Red flag.
I am over the moon that Chris from Blackstone Cherry is here on the show. Hello, Chris.
How you doing?
I am good. What a lovely voice you have.
I appreciate you. I appreciate it. It's deep. It's deep right now. You know, touring does that to you. It is what it is.
It is. It's lovely, lovely and deep, and I love the accent as well. And it's just good to talk to you again. We were just saying, I think the last time I spoke to you was down a phone line in 2008, so a very long time ago. And I've seen you lots of times since then play live. So it's an exciting time for the band, isn't it, Chris?
It is. It is. It's record release and touring again, and we're beyond excited to have all those things happening at one time, and not like last time when we put out a record and couldn't go play shows. So we're super pumped to have that all happening at once now. It's kind of awesome the way it's supposed to go.
It is. Damn COVID. How dare it get in the way?
Yeah. God,
Unbelievable.
Hated it.
So, Screaming at the Sky, massive album. It's your eighth album. It's out now, and I've been listening to it a lot, and it's just a beast of an album. What are your thoughts on it?
I would agree. I think that's a fair sentiment, a fair statement. No, we worked really hard on this one. You know, admittedly, it was probably my favorite recording experience to date, just the way we did it all. But this record, I'm really excited for people to hear it because it's kind of different, and people that have heard it understand what I mean. You know, but it's similar, but it's also different, and it's I don't know. I'm ready for everybody to hear the whole thing and just you know, not just the tracks that have been out.
Yeah, we've had some singles, and they're all, you know, really good singles. So you mentioned
Thank you.
the way that the album was recorded. So it was different because, I mean, I don't understand the difference between tracking an album and recording an album, but you tracked the album at the Plaza Theater in Kentucky, took over this whole theater. So just explain that to me and just tell us the process, because it was, as you say, different to before.
Yeah, so we had worked in the majority of the studios around the area in some fashion, you know, or had hung out in them, and we knew what the drum room sounded like, and we wanted to try something just different this time. So we thought about the Plaza Theater. It's a 1,200 seat theater that was built for like performing art, you know. So acoustically, it's a fantastic room, and the drums are just thunderous in there. So we thought, well, hopefully it translates. We have no idea if it's going to, but let's go ahead and book this place out for about 10 days and go see what happens. And we ended up going in and we tracked the drums all there at the plaza, recorded the guitars there, and then we ended up recording all of the tracking recording means the same thing. All the guitars and vocals, or all the bass guitar and vocals at John Fred's house. But we got to kind of do it all. It was kind of like we knew what we were going to do that day. You know, it wasn't like, well, let's which song do you want to work on? You know, because before we had gone a song at a time at times, or we had done, you know, all of the drums here once, or blah blah blah. And it was just, I don't know, I felt like we had a much better grasp on the entire thing this time, and it just seemed to go by way more painstakingly. It was like it there was no pain involved. It was just kind of like, oh, I screwed it up, let me do it again. You know, and then we'd get it and you move on. It's just, it wasn't like recording takes for the sake of recording takes. It was just, you know, get it done and get it right.
And it was an enjoyable process, was it?
Oh, absolutely. I love it. And especially, you know, we've for a while now produced our own records, and the last couple we've had a new engineer and mixer, and Mr. Jordan Westfall, and he's absolutely insane to work with. He truly understands what we're going for when we tell him what we're going for, and it's awesome. It's just we've got such an incredible team together for making our music now and recording it, that it's we're kind of lucky, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, you seem very happy, and to reach releasing the eighth studio album anyway, it's no mean feat, is it, in this day and age? So yeah, how does that feel that you're on album number 8 now?
It's pretty surreal when you sit back and think about it. I mean, there's been so many, you know, friends of ours that have come and gone over the years, you know, and the fact that, you know, we put the first record out in 06, and here we are in 2023 putting out records still, you know, and we've never had a number one single or anything like that, you know, and the stage has been moderate success. You know, it's the fact that we've still got something happening, you know, is pretty amazing, and we only hope to continue to grow it, you know, from here.
Yeah, there's still got to be things on the bucket list, I guess. Anything that springs to mind? Maybe a number one single, or what
Yeah, I
springs
mean,
to
look,
mind there?
let's try to get one of those, the holiday singles or something like Rage Against the Machine did one year. Something like that'd be crazy. I mean, I don't know. We've done Wembley Arena. We've done the O2. I mean, if anybody needs us to come play a gig at the Wembley Stadium, we'd be down. We'd be all up for that. I think it'd be cool to, one day maybe get to a point where we could headline some of the bigger festivals. Like a Download or something like that. Those have always had a soft spot in our heart.
Yeah, I was going to say headlining Download will be, a big highlight. You were main support to Guns N' Roses at Download though one year, wasn't it? I was
Yeah,
there, but yeah,
that was
that was a
intense. That
great
was like an
gig.
ocean of heads.
Yeah.
125,000 people. At some point, when you're looking out there, it's just like an ocean of heads, and they have waves where they kind of turn at times, and I don't know. You can see all kind of crazy stuff.
Oh, it must be amazing being on stage and just see these just people and especially ones that, when you can see their faces when they sing your songs back to you as well. That must be, one of the special
It's
times.
it's it's pretty surreal. I can't lie.
I've been at a few of your gigs, and they're just always lovely affairs. And Ben's always a lovely little ball of energy, isn't he? As well, is it?
Oh
Are
yeah,
the band okay? Is everyone all right?
yeah, we're doing good. And now Steve's on the other side over there, and it's like two Bens. One has long dark hair, and one the shorter blondes. But it's crazy. So I hold the middle down. That's what I do. I got my fourth there in the middle, and I hold it down.
Let those two go around you.
Oh
It's
yeah.
cool. The little balls of energy. I love that. So the new single is called Smile World. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about that?
There's enough negativity, and it's that was the whole idea behind the music video, the song, all of it is a fact that, yes, we all have things that irritate us and drive us crazy. But what if for one day we all said, nope, we ain't gonna do that shit. We're gonna instead, we're just gonna post only positivity, the things that make us smile. And that was the whole idea behind it. It was, as bad as it gets, at some point you just got to still smile, because we've all been there where, well, when you don't think it can get any worse, and then it does, what do you end up doing? You end up just smiling or laughing because you're so done with it at that point. So it's going to be the end result, anyways. Just go ahead and get it over with and do it first. Better world, I promise you.
I love it. And
That's
the video.
redneck logic for the day.
And the video, you asked your fans to send in the things that made their faces or their lives light up, what makes them smile. And so there, I had a look earlier, and that's really cute. Nice to see so many pets and kids on there. That's
Oh
very
yeah.
cute. So, what makes you smile these days, Chris?
My dogs, my wife and kid, which they've always made me smile. My dogs most of the time, until one of them chews up a set of my Xbox headphones again, or it happens. I've got a Pomeranian and a teacup Yorkie. So we have little dogs with ginormous attitudes and hearts. And then we found this cat. Like, I was bringing Declan home from basketball practice late last year, and we found this kitten, and it was like 18 degrees outside, and he couldn't have been more than a couple weeks old. And he was just out, in our driveway. I guess he'd come out of the field down here in front of the house, and he was the only kitten around. And my wife bottle fed him, and we named him Gravy, and he is like the coolest cat on the planet.
Oh, it's lovely the way that we always when if I was thinking, oh, what makes me smile, and I immediately said, oh, my dog, when she's not tearing up the house or barking at people. You said your dogs, and then you said your wife and your son, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
I mean,
and then my kids as well. But
yeah, no,
animals
but
are just the best.
well, and I think it's because animals love unconditionally. They don't care if you forgot to pay the water bill, or if you forgot to pick up the high C drinks, or any of that stuff. They're not going to fuss at you about it. They're just going to be happy as hell to see you the minute you get back. And it's, I don't know, they call them, man's best friend for a reason. And it's the biggest red flag on the planet should be for everyone is if you don't like dogs. Red flag, red flag.
Exactly. 100%, 100%. So just briefly, you are in the UK at the moment on a very intimate tour. I mean, you could have gone bigger.
Yes.
So why have you gone for
I've
the
wanted to do
smaller?
this. I've wanted to do this for so long now. And some of the venues weren't available, but I wanted to go back and do the same venues we did on the very first headlining tour in the UK, which is the Sheffield Corporation. I think we did Barfly in Birmingham, And it was like a bunch of those smaller venues. And then we ended with the Astoria in London. Obviously, the Astoria is long since gone and now a parking structure, which is ass in my opinion. But we know we love that venue. That was our first ever proper, headlining London gig, and it was Halloween, and it was unreal. And then we never got to play there again, and it sucked. But it's just it's amazing to get in these rooms, and it's sweaty and it's loud and it's don't get me wrong, I love playing the arenas and even the huge theaters. You can still do this too, but there's something about playing a venue where I can point at the person in the back of the room and they can point right back at me and they know I'm pointing right at them. And there's a connection you can make in smaller rooms that, you're just never going to make that same connection in Wembley Stadium. As beautiful of a venue and as breathtaking, and I'd probably pass out if we ever played it as that is, you can't point at the person at the top of the bowl and then point right back at you. And that you're pointing at each other. Corporation of Sheffield, you point at somebody, I mean, you might poke them in the eye, but that's the risk we all take, and it's going to be a great show.
Oh, I love that. No, I agree. There's just try and come to Cambridge, UK. Try and come to Cambridge another time. That would be pretty special. We got some smaller venues there. We got the Cambridge Corn Exchange. We got the Junction. I mean, we got 100 capacity venue, the Portland Arms. I mean, you definitely were touching us all there.
What was the really small one we did in London a few years back for the Cancer Trust? It's the really, really small venue. I think Joe Bonamassa did a thing there several years ago.
Oh my God. Would it have been in Camden or something?
It's a small, tiny bar in London. I can't remember what it's called though. But we played there for like 100 people or so, and it was unreal. Yeah. And this was after we had done Wembley the first time.
That must have been quite hard to get tickets for that, Chris, I would have thought.
It was. It was really fast. It sold out quick.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, I hope you have a brilliant time here in the UK. The album's just doing amazingly. So proud of you. I've been there since the beginning. So we're waiting for album number 9, but not yet. We're going to get excited about album number 8 for now. That would be good.
Okay, we're going to take full advantage of the fact that we didn't get to tour the Human Condition really proper tour, and we're going to tour the living hell out of this record is what I would assume.
Absolutely. Well, you do that, and hopefully we'll get to see you again soon. Safe travels. Good luck for everything. The album is amazing, and we're going to play the new single now as well. Thank you, Chris, from Blackstone Cherry.
Thanks so much. Bless you, Connor. Thank you.